Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Big Jiu-Jitsu Show. I'm Rob the Lord Humongous.
And I'm Shawn the Duke Humongous.
And today it's me, Shawn, and Matt has joined us finally now that kind of all the craziness has died down. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, pretty good, man. Tell you, it's been a long road of partying.
Partying, you say? You said you're at your grandma's in El Paso, so...
Yeah, I know. I'm just playing with you.
You're a liar.
I just wanted to sound cool.
Yeah, just partying? Straight up partying with grandma?
Partying it up with the grandma, dude.
It's
crazy.
Does grandma get wild when she parties?
Oh, dude, you don't even know.
I bet I do.
It's pretty crazy. It's like redneck stuff, but we're Mexican, so I don't want to go into details.
That's real partying right there. Shawn and I like to party every so often as well.
Oh, I'm sure you all do.
But we're like kind of laid back partying. Like, what's some of our partying adventures we've had, Shawn?
We make some coffee and meat and play video games.
That's really about it.
Do jiu-jitsu.
Do jiu-jitsu, there you go. And then, what was it? Go ahead.
Oh, no, well, that's kind of like what we did here. We just played Pac-Man.
Did you do jiu-jitsu?
No.
Did you cook meat?
I can't roll with my grandma.
Why not, man? Not with that attitude.
Hey, man, I'll break her bones. Can't do that.
Isn't that what jiu-jitsu is, man?
Yeah, but shoot.
All right.
Then again, I don't know. She'd probably be the one to roll with a knife. My grandma's a dangerous woman.
Then we're going into the difference between Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if she rolls with a knife. Good. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving? I know that actually happened a few days ago. Shawn?
Well, we know Matt went to El Paso. I went to visit my folks about an hour and a half away, and we had a nice Thanksgiving dinner and got to hang out for a while, so that was good.
Sounds good, man. A lot of good,
same here.
A lot of grilled meat. A lot of good, delicious grilled meat.
Well, doesn't turkey qualify as a baked meat?
Well, I actually grilled my turkey.
Did you cook it in the oven?
I
grilled it?
Yes.
Man, how'd you do that?
So let me give you. This is the Lord Humongous's turkey recipe.
Grilled tips.
Yeah, this is grill tips. Actually, these are ripped off from my brother Frank, because let me tell you, Frank, of all people, that man, like, he's good at wrestling and he's good at grilling. Like, he needs to open up his own place. So pretty much what I did, this is the Lord Humongous's take on Frank's grilled turkey. So what you do is you get a turkey. This year we had a 26-pound turkey because we had quite a few people come over. And I woke up at 7. And you put two pans underneath the turkey in the grill, fill it up with whatever beer you want, and I put apple and onion slices in it, and then I stuff the turkey with apples and onion slices, and I cook it for, let's see, it started at 8, so like 7 hours I grilled it at like about 350 to 400, and then about halfway through what I did was I cut the skin and stuffed slices of butter in between the skin and the meat, and kept it moist. And then you serve it. It's ready.
That sounds good.
Yeah. When we come back to the States, Shawn, I'll do that again. Matt is not invited, though.
Oh, thanks.
I'm just kidding.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, my turkey was pretty awesome. We roasted it.
Roasted?
I mean, I'm sorry, smoked it. My bad.
Yeah, like, pretty similar.
Yeah.
Baked turkey comes out real good, too. Like,
hell yeah.
I don't think there's a wrong way to cook a turkey.
Yeah. My mom cooked that joker in a bag, and it was
what? Really?
Yeah, like a cooking bag, and it was super moist.
Is that
really?
I saw some oranges in there, a bunch of stuffing stuff. It was really good. So
Dear God. Well, I guess that like pretty much kills everybody else's like going to Golden Corral getting the turkey, where they just throw it in the microwave and here you go, man. Here's your turkey. But so I know today, Shawn, we had talked a little bit about this before the show, but you wanted to talk. What was it kind of again that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, just and you'll see articles about this or even talk about it, but like, how far does technique really go against like a super strong guy? Because even at around 215 pounds, and I guess a lot of people use the bench press as their mark of strength. I can bench like 315 pounds a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a friend who I brought to class a number of times, and he is just obscenely strong for his size. He weighs about 205 pounds, and not a ton of jiu-jitsu experience, but even with, I consider myself having about 3 years straight jiu-jitsu in the gi experience. Like, this guy's damn near impossible to armbar. He's so strong, even for me. And I was saying, like, there is a limit, or I don't know, like, what the correct word is. Like, technique can only go so far against somebody who's just insanely strong.
So kind of like there's a nullification point to, like, at some point strength is going to nullify certain techniques.
Absolutely. Like an armbar, like maybe if you're like a black belt level and 170 pounds, maybe you could armbar this guy, but I certainly couldn't. And this is just one example, but I was wondering
even if you're trying the slicer on him to bring out his arm out, that he's that strong.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Gabe is a genetic freak of nature.
Holy shit!
Like
that's just one example, and I'm not saying like positionally, okay, I can have his back and stay there and move around, but to actually finish, like on any of like the moves I can normally finish people, and that's just one example. And there's other guys in the gym that are super duper strong that you can't do the same moves on somebody your size or strength level.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, Gabe is I know like a lot of people throw around the term, oh, genetic freak, blah blah blah. No, he's like a freak of nature. But he also works harder than anybody I've seen like in the gym ever.
Nice.
As far as lifting goes. But yeah, I think there is a I know, who was it? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but they say pretty much every 10 pounds a person has on somebody else, that's like a belt level. Or is it 20? I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, that was Hannah Gracie, man.
Okay, let me just backtrack. Fuck.
No, I don't hate the guy, dude. I'm sure that guy would smoke us.
Oh, yeah, he would. But I'm just...
that was his justification. He said, you can think of 10... It was 10 or 20 pounds as each belt level.
Okay, maybe he has something good to say. I'll give him that. But no, so I think that, and then like a lot of these guys too, just the strength does help, but it's also kind of like the wild ride. Like, how long are you gonna be able to hold on for until they either gas out or you can get that preferred position? Because I mean,
yeah, and if you remember those old videos, like the Pedro Sauer versus the bodybuilder,
yeah.
Of course, Pedro Sauer had been doing jiu-jitsu 25 years at that point.
Yeah.
When he went against that guy, but
yeah, and then like
you know what video I'm talking about?
I know exactly which video you're talking about because I remember what was it? Was it Bro Science on Facebook put up the video like, what do you think would happen? And then somebody mentioned like, well, I'd like to see one of like a Kimbo Slice or a Brock Lesnar face somebody who had a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Then we'll see who wins. And somebody was like, oh, they both have actually, and they both lost. So.
And then look at the guy who beat Ryan Hall this week on the Ultimate Fighter. I mean,
yeah,
jiu-jitsu only goes so far.
It does, and I mean, like Ryan Hall's, dude, those heel hooks he was killing people with in the Ultimate Fighter. Like, granted, that is how many MMA fights did he have even before he tried out for the Ultimate Fighter?
I think he had very little fights actually.
And just
he didn't have a lot.
Yeah, just the fact that he was able to make it to the show was amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact he like beat two guys on the show was even more amazing. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen an entry like that ever in MMA.
He's just very talented grappler.
Yeah, I'd say it's an understatement for Ryan Hall. He's pretty fucking good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the strength issue, that's why I think people who say don't lift, and I'm learning this slowly too because I've been lifting again and I've seen a difference as far as rolling, but like not lifting with jiu-jitsu, I don't think that's very smart. And I've seen the light. Shawn has fat shamed me and he has lift shamed me. Shawn was right all along.
Shawn is always right.
But I think there's the right type of lifting. I mean, you don't do power lifting and you don't want to get so you're stiff and all that stuff, but there's a proper type of training, like repetition range and the type of body to build to be suitable for jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely.
Because I completely changed my routine.
Yeah, because
and if you're the if you're the same skill level with a guy, the same amount of time trained, and you lift and they don't, I would say you'd have an advantage. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that because just strength of either holding somebody in a position or giving that extra little boost to, get out of a position, that does make a huge difference. Like
to get.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no,
go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh
No, go ahead.
Damn it. Now I'm lost for words. Oh well, to get into it's easier access to get into the position if you have way more strength than the other guy.
Yeah.
And to get out. Yeah, Sean's right. I didn't even look at it that way.
Yeah, because I know one of my students, this was not last week. Yeah, this past weekend, he's very strong as well, and he got somebody in a arm triangle and just jumped to the side and just squeezed, and just you could see the look of panic on the guy's face. Just laid there and started getting choked out. And I mean, he's put it on me, and it's been a beast for me to fight out of. And he's only a white belt, but he's already got this just strength to him because he lifts, and he's probably like 160 pounds.
Yeah, that is one move that is not fun being in. As somebody that's super strong, that arm triangle, oh my gosh. And that was, what was it, was it Dean Lister that got tapped out by that at that Berkut tournament? And, like, popped the shoulder out of place?
Or something. I know was that an arm triangle?
Yeah.
Shit.
Some Russian guy got it on him.
Those Russian guys. Holy crap.
Those Russians, man. They eat grizzlies.
They do. They really do.
Look at Khabib. He wrestles one. He has a pet bear.
Dude, I kind of wish I just had a bear to hang out with, honestly.
Right? No, I want an ape.
No, hell no.
No, those would manhandle you, yeah.
Yeah. So, Matt, what do you got for us today? Did you do your homework? Did you come to us with some articles?
No, I came up with an article about herpes today again, but I don't know if you want to hear about that.
Man?
No,
we don't want to hear about that.
Dude, we've talked enough about like skin infections and shit.
No, I was actually just discussing all this with my grandma yesterday, and she said, yes, you should use this article. I was like, okay, Grandma.
On herpes? God damn. Oh, man.
Yeah, which one do you want to hear? Jiu-jitsu, news, or MMA?
Let's do MMA, man.
Okay. Well, actually, this news has been going around for a while. As you know, fellas, a couple weeks ago, Ronda Rousey lost her women's title to Holly Holm. She got knocked the fuck out with a head kick, which is very, very intriguing, and who would have called that? Anyway, Ronda Rousey hasn't even been in social media. She's still, under the radar ever since her loss. There have been rumors, even Rafael dos Anjos has said that he wants Ronda to go to her gym, which is King's MMA, which is in Huntington, to help her patter up her striking and change up her game. And the reason he wants her to go is because Ronda obviously comes from a grappling background, which is judo. And Rafael Cordell, who is the coach at King's MMA, has helped grapplers. He's helped turn the grapplers into, like, excellent strikers, like Fabricio Verdum and Rafael dos Anjos. And he thinks he could help Ronda patter up her striking and maybe even help her get her belt back. What do you guys think? Do you think Ronda should go to King's MMA, or should she still stick it out with Edmund Tarvidian?
I'll start on this one. So number one, I follow Ronda Rousey on Instagram, and she posted a picture of her and her family on Thanksgiving, and her face looked fine. So, but number two, yeah, she's got to find a different coach, man. Like this dude had all kinds of like bankruptcy issues before he came out, like. Just a sketchy guy overall, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And I don't know the guy. They could be great friends, I can't say that I haven't been friends with some sketchy people in the past, but clearly she was unprepared for the fight. So in that business, if you're in a, $1 million type fight business and expected to win like that, you cannot. There's no second chances. Oh, hey, let's work on my striking harder for this next rematch. You need to find somebody that can. And I don't know if it has to be King's MMA, but it needs to be somebody that can train her better. Rob?
Yes.
I agree. She needs to find somebody else because based on it seemed to be that she was surrounded by a lot of like people were hyping her up way more than she needed to be hyped up. She needed the constructive criticism instead of
Yes.
you're doing awesome. Will she change? Probably not, because she has, I don't know her personally, but she seems to have the type of attitude where if she feels like people want her to do something, then she's going to do the exact opposite. So if everyone is going to push her towards going to a different gym and not training with Edmund, then I kind of wouldn't be surprised if she says, fuck it, I'm staying here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only based on like reading excerpts of her book and stuff like that, like running away from home and whatever. Does she need, I think she might need to work on getting herself right first before she steps back into training, honestly.
Yeah, she needs to find that mindset again. She needs to be put in that contender's position real quick before getting an immediate rematch, I believe.
Well, not just that, man. I think she kind of needs to
rest too. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, she needs to rest.
Figure some stuff out, take a look at it all, and then, as much as I dislike her personality, she's pretty good. And that's an understatement as well. She's amazing. She's
awesome.
She was a champ for a reason. However, I think she needs to really look at where she's at right now and then see what she wants to do. Hopefully she comes back and, we can get another match. So either people will tell her to shut up, you're not the best, or maybe
in the end, 5 years ago, we wouldn't even be women's MMA would have been a joke to us to talk about seriously, and here we are, post Ronda Rousey popularizing it, maybe even 3 years, and she's done a lot for women's MMA. So that's what we can say about her.
I think I can say, yeah, she did. She gave it that next step, but there's a lot of people before her, like Tara LaRosa, and Tara LaRosa showed up on that first season with the women of The Ultimate Fighter. And they're like, "Oh, what's your record?" And she has like 30. She had like 30 something fights when she showed up.
Yeah.
So she'd been around a while, and I think, unfortunately, she's a little past her prime. But
same thing with her partner, Shayna Baszler. She was on the Sherdog fights and stuff, so she's been around for a while too.
Yeah, but I mean, there was only a few people who knew about it. So you're right. Like then here comes Gina Carano, gives it a little bit of a bump. And then Ronda Rousey was finally the one to really push it in the mainstream, like Shawn was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. No, you weren't buying a UFC fight for those people. People, that I wouldn't have thought were like, oh, I want to see Ronda Rousey fight.
Yeah,
so.
I know. Like, yeah, you're right. 3 years ago, I've been like, fuck that. I ain't buying it. I don't give a shit. No, I'm kidding. I've actually said that about a lot of them. Like, I really don't give a shit. It used to be where you'd have to strategically plan out each month. Where you're like, well, we got to spend $60, or no, it was like 50 back then. It was like, we got to spend $50 this month because Pride is on. So we got to watch Pride.
Yep.
Then, because I know the next month is going to be the UFC. So, and then there was that rare occasion where it was the UFC and Pride in 1 month, and that was a party month because you got to watch 2 events.
Man, I was watching some old Fedor videos from Pride. Oh my gosh, that guy was so dominant.
Which fight?
Fedor, dude.
Which fight wasn't he dominant? Oh, Fabricio.
No, it was like a select, it was like a highlight video somebody made, like all the Fedor highlights, and dude was such a beast, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, everybody will talk about, my favorite thing was, well, he never fought anybody top 10. Look at him now. Like, well, when he fought everybody, they were top 10.
Yeah, Pride was the dominant organization back then, man.
They were. There's a reason why they kept young in his prime Vanderlei away from Chuck Liddell. Because Rampage already shut that guy down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But
man, dude, when Randleman threw Fedor over his head, and I think Fedor, his head hit the mat, and Fedor got back up and still dominated and won that fight. Oh my goodness, that was insane.
Yeah, that one was on there too.
Yeah, he's a robot. He's a robot.
Hell yeah, he's a freaking machine.
He was. I also saw a picture on his Facebook this week. He was hanging out with Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Probably his bodyguard.
No, Putin probably built him because Putin worked for the KGB for a while, and they're like, put all that cybernetic shit on that guy. Train him in Sambo. I'll train him personally.
Probably.
So, what's the other article you got for us, Matt? That doesn't involve herpes.
Ah, shit. Anyway, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? You want to do a Jiu-Jitsu one or world news?
Sure. Yeah, let's do a Jiu-Jitsu one, man.
Jiu-Jitsu. All right, brother. Here's one that's called Empowering Lives Through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now, lately,
Empowering
I know
what?
kinda, Empowering Lives Through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like here, let me start out for you.
Okay.
It's about a woman from Singapore.
Okay.
Her name is Miss Grain Huang. I don't know if you've read this article before, but it talks about how she was just a straight up like party girl. Like she was a party girl. She was in bad relationships with a bunch of douchebags. She like kind of scandaled out of her job. She wasn't taking her job seriously. She was just all kinds of bad. What I'm just gonna say is that her life was not together until she finds Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What do you know? Now, this doesn't really include the article, but I was just thinking about this the other day. That I feel like any martial art that you join and end up putting your 100% in, your full focus, I feel like you really do become calm and centered, and you don't make a lot of poor choices in life. You know, kind of like, I don't know, that's how I see it. Like, I know some guys who have been in football and stuff, and they make poor choices. I know guys who have been in basketball. You know, not that I'm saying all of them do it, but, you know, I don't see a lot of that in martial arts, other than John Jones testing positive for cocaine and doing all that crazy shit, running over a woman. But, you know what I mean? Like, in martial arts, you don't really see a lot of that. I mean,
well,
that's what I was just thinking the other day. It's like, I may
Rob,
sound like a little, but what have you done,
No.
fellas?
oh, I've done shitty things constantly.
So I know Rob has a personal experience with
yes.
black belts and that you know have not been the best of human beings. But I'll let you start, Rob, man.
All right, so we'll go this way. Which story do you want first, the jiu-jitsu guy or the taekwondo guy?
The jiu-jitsu.
Shit.
Okay, the jiu-jitsu guy. So like you said, you see a lot of people who put 100% into martial arts.
Yeah.
This dude pretty much up and left our school, left us there, took all of our tuition.
No way.
The rent had not been paid.
Fucking asshole.
Yep, so there was 4 of us, 4 blue belts, and we ran the school for a few months, hoping that people, you know, hoping that one day we wouldn't come in, the locks were changed because we had to figure out how to get the lease signed over. And pretty much what the landlord had told all 4 of us was that if you show up and the locks are changed, that means that it's open for lease and you guys can apply for the lease.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do that and then worry about like the business side of it after. Because we had probably a good 80 to 90 active students in this small little area. So thankfully somebody showed up, saved the school, bought the school from the person who owned it, and then that helped us out. So Taekwondo guy I knew, 100% into the martial arts, and turns out he was banging underage girls. So
holy shit!
But that's the thing, man. Like, martial arts is good. Martial arts is really great, and I don't give a shit what martial art you do.
Yeah.
You just gotta be careful about some people. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. And in anything as well, because shit, sometimes you don't even know the person you're rolling with. The person, like, it's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, like, not even that. Like, I'm not even be like, I've rolled with some real shitty people as well. Like, you know, you show up at the gym smelling like drugs or clearly intoxicated and you want to roll. Like, no, let's not do that. But it's more or less like leadership. You got to worry about the leadership sometimes. Not all leadership's 100% good. There are some shady people out there, and you just got to be careful and not put your faith into some people as much, you know? Like, it's hard to say. It's hard to tell who it is until it's too late. But I'm real weary about people.
Yeah, in the end, everybody's a human being. But I will say, for Matt's point, like, in general, in most of the cases, I've seen a ton of great jiu-jitsu stories of people that came in, lost a bunch of weight, have improved their life, got some structure, you know, got off drugs. I mean, that Orlando Sanchez who won ADCC, you know, he's pretty out there about being a former drug addict and jiu-jitsu saving his life and him. So I mean, there are those great stories, and there's a ton of people it's helped. It's helped me, but in the end, I say don't look at a man or a person, and just the same if you're in religion, how many pastors or whatever, have all that power and they do stupid stuff with the church's money or so. I don't know. I just say I always keep one eye open at least.
Yeah.
But
true.
for the most part, yeah, it is great for people's lives.
Yeah, I'm not saying like go into a gym and be like, all right, so what's this guy's angle? I mean, like I said, I'll say 95% of the people out there training or teaching are good people.
Mm-hmm.
It's that 5% of that are scumbags, and you just got to be careful. That's all. Like, you can go train with people too and not get too involved in their personal life, or them get too involved in your personal life, and it'd be all right. But I'm just saying, like, those of us who are at the gym all the time or help teach or whatever, you're going to have some interaction with them on a personal level. So maybe not jump in as fast, I guess.
Yeah, another point I would say is there's a lot of people that go to a martial art or jiu-jitsu, looking for something or looking to improve they want something. So not that they couldn't find that if they got into mountain biking or they got a new I mean, there's tons of different things other than jiu-jitsu that'll improve your life, or, marathon running. I don't know, half marathons. There's a ton of stuff. So
yeah, there's a ton of stuff that can find you peace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
That's great. Oh yeah, you never finished the story. What happened with the Taekwondo guy?
Oh, dude, he's arrested and he's a convicted sex offender and he has to register.
Okay.
And yeah, scumbag. But he
Both
was
of them. Holy shit.
Yeah, total scumbag.
Oh damn.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not saying anything that ain't false.
Oh wow, those bastards, man.
Yeah.
Well, but one thing I've learned though, and I'll just leave it at this, is in 38 years of life, that look at what you're doing, not the person always leading you, because I've been disappointed by some leaders in my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned through that disappointment and being like, I can't believe they did this, or whatever the situation was, that not to look at a man, look at what you're actually doing, whether it be jiu-jitsu, your work life, whatever it may be. So
yeah,
I think that's fair advice.
Oh, and then to get back to the article, yes, jiu-jitsu does help people. May not always save their lives, but it's definitely going to improve it. That's just my takeaway from it.
Yeah, that's what I believe as well.
Good.
I think I've just been finding a lot of articles like that too, and it's like, damn, why is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu just so like, I don't know what it is. It just gets people, brings people in. You know what I mean?
Because we're on the upswing, man. It's getting popular.
That's awesome, man.
That's the way
beautiful.
It is. It's the way it was with karate in the 80s, and
hell yeah,
insert whatever martial art in the 90s and 2000s, and now Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's got it. So
it's awesome, dude. I'm glad it's taken its waves the way it is.
It is. So tell me, let's do the world news article. Hopefully it's not something that's depressing.
Oh, well, actually.
All right, go on.
Well, no, it's not depressing, actually. It's actually just kind of ridiculous, dude.
All right.
When I was looking for news storylines, I could not find anything other than stupid Black Friday shit.
Right.
So I guess we'll go with Black Friday. The reason is this. Actually, there was a Black Friday fight here in El Paso.
Oh, was it at the Walmart?
Yeah.
I saw that.
And it's funny because my friend was there. He works there. And he was telling me that a man was getting tackled and he was doing some jiu-jitsu shit. Like he literally heel hooked somebody and pushed him down like that. And as if he was going to hit mount, he takes the TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you
he was
remember
telling me this story last night. I was like, what?
You remember that 5% I was talking about in the
exactly
jiu-jitsu
there it
world?
is.
There's your 5% right there.
Yeah. What do you know how it connects?
So I know Shawn and I have talked about this at length in our many hours in the car together or playing Call of Duty. But
oh hell yeah.
Do you really need that much shit in your life?
Hell no. I think it's not worth it. Just to, I don't know. That's crazy, dude. I never went Black Friday shopping.
No, hell no. I've
that's
not.
crazy.
Matt, I got one of my most, and you know him, Rob, but me and my friend Colt went like 3 or 4 years ago to Black Friday, and we just looked at the insanity. We didn't go to buy anything. We
Just
just
people
went to
watch?
watch those. Yeah.
You
And it
just
was
go
one of
people
the
watch.
yeah, it was just one of the most memorable Thanksgivings I ever had, man. Like we just saw all the people running for the, and we just watched this insanity, and I was like, what is worth that much to seriously go seek out like your $40 Keurig or like
whoa, what? Say that again?
Like $40 Keurig.
You kidding me,
I
man?
love coffee, dude, but I'll pay $100 for the Keurig.
Yes,
man.
I don't have to freaking start choking people out just to get a $40 Keurig.
$60. Getting a mountain ticket.
Yeah. I was gonna say the Keurig changes the game. Rob's getting in the Black Friday game now. Gotta start training now. I got a whole 364 days to get ready for it.
Hell yeah!
But I don't know if that was the deal. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I remember one year, I think I was in high school still, actually. I wasn't going to go Black Friday shopping, but we were going to drop off a cousin at the Target here in El Paso. And then at the Target, there's a whole bunch of, it's like a whole little outlet. And then there was a Best Buy. You should have seen the Best Buy. It was crowded. And the minute it hit like 9 o'clock, boom, everybody was yelling, rushing through the doors and shit. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. Like, it's like, what the fuck, man? They act like orcs from Lord of the Rings. They really do. They like fucking run and bombard and shit. Like it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever taken part in any Black Friday festivities because mainly I don't need something that bad.
Yeah,
I don't need to
Same here.
face a physical confrontation to get a deal on a TV.
Uh-huh.
Why not just go prize fighting? You know, want to get some amateur MMA or maybe some pros? Get $500 and you go buy your TV.
Oh yeah,
and it's all legal, but. Why not? So,
like, I don't know. It's just so crazy for people to go and do that shit over a sale. Like I don't know.
It's ridiculous. So, what do you have a good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu would you rather today, or are you just going to pull out something involving some sexually transmitted disease?
Well, guys, I wasn't going to include gonorrhea, but I found something good for us. I did. Yeah. I mean, unless you want the gonorrhea one.
No.
No. Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Got a little forceful on that. No, we'd really rather not. Because, these downloads and, I don't want to see them just start dipping. Like, oh, that's the episode Matt talked about oozing out your junk, but.
All right. Okay, BJJ, would you rather, ready?
Okay.
Okay. All right, fellas. Would you rather go back into like the 90s, kind of like right early, like when Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was being formed by the Gracies? Would you rather be back then and help pioneer it, and your name would be, shouted, your name would be right next to them, just like the Gracies, Machados, they say Rob Austin, Sean Kyle helped forged and pioneered Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Or would you rather create your own style of grappling right now and see where it takes you, and what would you call it?
That actually is kind of a... Wow. I'm actually impressed. I was kind of waiting for a... Would you rather drink a gallon of your own piss or a gallon of somebody else's piss for the would you rather? But
Oh, yeah. Hey, they improve every time. I was thinking about that, actually, but...
Don't. God damn it.
Yeah. This kind of makes me think about new fighting methods that are out. Because have you, maybe Rob or Matt, have you heard of that KC fighting method?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I have.
Where they've tried to pioneer something new, and I think they've changed the name of that again as well. I forgot what they call it now.
Was it like that the shit Batman was using in the newer Batman movies?
Yeah, and it's kind of taken on, but it steals from some different stuff, and they're saying, if you're fighting multiple assailants in a bar, and I actually went to a couple classes of this stuff, and I was kind of like, this is kind of this is kind of useless. And I see, you got your, some of your striking arts, and I say, boxing, Taekwondo, karate, there's probably Muay Thai, a number of them. And just like in grappling, we have, Sambo, wrestling, judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think it would be really hard to find something that you would consider a system to do that's new. So
yeah, to get a base and make it your own, like make a new style, it's just kind of hard.
And that Casey stuff is the only thing that I can think of. And
that Casey stuff is useless unless you're a goddamn superhero. Then it's not useless.
Right.
Look how many people Batman beat up. He beat up Bane. He beat up all these people. But I don't care if it's the movies or not. If you're a superhero, it'll work. But you're not a superhero.
Now, given our recent luck, we'll probably have one of these Casey guys wanting to challenge us to a match if they listen to the show.
Bring it on. I'm in Germany. Come get me.
Yeah, like did you see the Kung Fu master that took on the fight? Off that guy that $5,000?
Yeah,
he was doing the pseudo bullshit on the students.
Yeah, that
got knocked out.
Yeah, that's kind of an older video, but I'll still watch it every time somebody posts it, just because it's
hilarious.
Yeah, it
is funny. I've seen it.
Everybody talks about battle-proven martial arts. If it's not battle-proven, that's what happens. Especially what happens with there's your 5% right there. You're going to devote 100% of your martial arts time to learn how to knock people out without even touching them? Guess what? You're not a superhero. It's not going to work.
You're not Steven Seagal, apparently.
No, Steven Seagal even still has to touch people to knock them out.
I don't know. Oh, I don't believe. I don't like Seagal.
Well, he puts all of his weight behind it.
So. Yeah, I had posted something, and then somebody reposted that article of I think it was Anderson Silva's guys making fun of him right after he was doing that stuff.
Oh, was it? That was Andre Caval, wasn't it?
I don't know, but Steven Seagal had gone to help them out at their camp, and then immediately after they were doing imitations of him and joking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Steven Seagal taught Anderson and Lyoto Machida the front kick. Well, I don't believe any of that.
No.
I taught Anderson Kuhn the front kick.
Yeah.
So,
wait.
What the fuck?
Seagal is not French, Matt. Can we get the accent? You said you could do good impressions. Oh, this is how we're gonna work it in. You said you could do good impressions.
I can.
That's not in French. Do Steven Seagal.
All right. Fine. Let me.
Shawn and I are gonna judge you. Go ahead.
All right. All right. Do you want to get your arm broken right now? You jackasses. I don't know. That was the best impression. That was probably pretty terrible. I know.
That was a 4.
Yeah.
4 or 10.
That's you could probably be Seagal's stunt double or do a voiceover for a cartoon character.
Well, there you go.
But that's it, man. I cannot be like, oh my God, is that Steven Seagal on the podcast? No, I ain't believing it.
Dude,
who's your best impression?
I don't know. Probably I could do Anderson Silva's impression, when he talks and does his post.
Oh yeah, this is gonna go over great. Make fun of the guy who. who's
hey, I love Silva. Hey, Anderson, nothing but respect. You're the best.
I doubt he listens, but go ahead. They're probably gonna make him listen. Apparently,
when he does it.
Jesus you're done, Matt. You're done. You're done.
Think of my family.
Anderson Silva or Michael Jackson?
No, dude, it's Anderson Silva. I don't know anyone else who talks like that. I don't even think Michael Jackson has a little. Well, he does, but
no, he doesn't. Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, obviously, yeah. But back in the day.
No, so that was pretty terrible. But we're gonna work.
I'll bring my A game.
Yeah, bring your A game next week, and then I need you to practice all week. You know what? These articles this week, and then the what was it? The Would You Rather? Man, you really have stepped your game up, Matt.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
You get 2 stripes on your podcast white belt.
Oh, sweet. I don't know if you guys know this, but I did go buy a podcast white belt.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, tie off 2 stripes, put them on it.
All right, I'm going to do it.
And just hang it up over your computer or whatever and say, yeah, I'm pretty much a 2nd degree white belt in podcast.
I fucking did it.
Yep. You should get a podcasting gi.
Yeah, I was actually going to make it all digital too. There's there's digital gis. Actually, I was looking at some online. They're really nice.
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. I got one of them. They're pretty cool. I like them. I get a lot of good looks, and people ask me questions about it. It's a conversation piece,
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you guys really never answered the question. So would you rather be pioneering Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the Gracies? Or would you rather form your own style of grappling or any other type of martial arts and name it your own, and what would you name it?
I'd go back in time.
You go back in time and help Pioneer?
Too.
Yeah. Why improve on something if it ain't broke? That's just my question.
Intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying jiu-jitsu, like, jiu-jitsu will evolve, but I don't think it's broken.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, why do I need to copy a whole bunch of shit from other people, call it my own, and make money off of it? That's kind of shady.
True. Yeah. Intriguing.
Like, I didn't come up with these moves. These are all moves from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. It's not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's big Jiu-Jitsu.
Big Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, shit.
Mind blown.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would just... They help pioneer it. I'd rather show up and be like, oh, this is cool. Be like a fly on the wall in some of these conversations. But there you go. That's what I'd do. What about you, Sean? What would you do?
Yeah, man, I'd go back in time. Yeah, I like jiu-jitsu a lot, so I think that'd be my choice. And then I kind of already gave my little exposition about other, recent arts that I've kind of compared to that situation to. So.
Yeah.
Well, nice, fellas. That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Man, it made me think.
Good. Yeah, you did good this week.
Yeah, shit. All right,
I was even thinking about it.
3 stripes then.
When I was thinking about it, I was like, man, what would I do? I try to form my own grappling, but damn it. It's like, I'd probably help Pioneer as well.
Yeah, dude, that's too much fucking work.
It's just so hard. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe not, but then, like, you're going to do, like, hey, have you seen this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stuff? Try out this other form of Jiu-Jitsu. It's, sexy dance fighting or whatever you want to call it, but...
How'd you know? What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, it's because then people aren't going to take you seriously either. Because I've seen people who are like, well, it's my own style. It mixes, like Sean said, Taekwondo and Capoeira and, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And people are like, no, we're good. We're good. So, good episode, gentlemen. You got anything you want to leave our loyal followers with?
Just want to say, any families out there that are on vacation right now, have a safe ride home, and I guess happy belated Thanksgiving,
Mr. Sean.
Yeah, I just want to say to anybody that's listened to the show or followed the show, and as you know, I haven't said, I usually don't leave the audience with anything, but we didn't start this podcast in the effort to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, nor censor our thoughts of what we see going on in the jiu-jitsu world. So if an apology is in order to anyone, we apologize if we offend you, but I can't say that we're going to change anything about what we talk about or how we do business on the Big Jiu-Jitsu Show.
Damn, took the words right out of my mouth, Sean. That was amazing.
Sean, freaking wizard.
I'll leave everybody with, hey, guess what? We need some t-shirts to disappear. So this week, 20% off Big Jiu-Jitsu t-shirts, all of them. 20% off them, and maybe another giveaway coming up. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll post up the coupon to use for 20% off on all t-shirts. It's our late Black Friday. You don't have to go get trampled for a t-shirt. You don't have to get kicked in the face. And you sure as hell don't have to heel hook somebody, go to mount, and steal a TV.
There you go.
Go to bigjujitsu.com, follow the link to the store, and hopefully in a couple hours after this podcast is up, you'll see the 20% off. It'll last all week. Once again, I'm Rob the Lord Humongous.
I'm Sean the Dick Humongous.
And we will catch you all next week.